What's up, everyone, and welcome back to A Dad's Life Show. My name is Christian, and here we talk about the good, the bad, the ups and downs of being a dad. Today, I'm in my own car, not my lady's car. As you can see, there's no cheetah print behind me. But anyways, today's video, I wanted to dive into something that I feel is extremely important, especially right now, something that I found my own self struggling with within just the last, year, 2 years, with everything that's going on, and that is mental health. All right. I have been seeing and dealing with more separation, division, discrimination, uncertainty, anxiety, depression, fear, all of that stuff I've been dealing with just about every single day. And in the beginning of 2020, March, it really hit me. It really was like a dark cloud kind of looming over me every day that I'd wake up, not knowing what to do, what words to say to my family, my kids, how to act. And it was tough. I found myself stuck on the couch, full of anxiety, becoming depressed, and feeling powerless, not knowing what to do. And it was tough. It was really tough, and it still is extremely tough. I found myself watching the news, getting sucked into all the different things they were saying, scrolling through social media, looking at posts, spending hours just reading what people were saying. And, as parents, especially me as a dad, my whole goal and the way that I looked at being a dad is I wanted to be a superhero. I wanted to be the rock, the foundation for my family, to be able to give them support, be able to give them security, be able to give them love, and really help be that rock, that foundation to keep my family at our best. And I was losing it. I was looking at everything as a problem, allowing the fear to be able to cloud my judgment. Looking at the news, looking at social media for answers about what was going on. And again, I was losing it. I didn't see hope. All I saw were problems that were only going to get worse. I saw death. I saw people losing everything. And my biggest fear was me and my family were going to be next. And that took over my life for some time when all this started. And it wasn't until one day that I woke up and I looked myself in the mirror in my bathroom, and I had a conversation with myself about whether or not I was aware of what was actually going on to me mentally, internally, and just everything about my own being. And I asked myself, is this you, Christian? Are you going to let this fear, this uncertainty, this segregation, this discrimination, and all these things that are looming over us, that are taking over our world right now, are you going to let that affect you? Are you going to let that take over yourself, your being? You going to let that take over your family? And I mean, if you ask yourself that question, what are you going to say? I hope you'd say no. That's what I did. I took a long, hard look at myself in the mirror, and I asked myself those questions. And I said, hell no. This is never who I was. Never let anything get in my way. Never let anything cloud my judgment. I've never allowed anything to keep me in fear. And I never looked at things as a problem. You see, I did a program with Tony Robbins and for entrepreneurship and leadership and all these things. And the biggest thing with entrepreneurs and leaders is that they don't look at things as problems. They find solutions. And so at that point, I realized how I was looking at everything going on. Not like in the big picture. That was too much for me to handle at that moment. Too much for me to bite off. I started with just myself first. And instead of looking at the things that I was dealing with on a daily basis, which wasn't really anything, was just sitting on my couch trying to figure out what to do, twiddling my thumbs, biting my fingernails. And instead, I started thinking of solutions. What's changed since all this stuff has happened? With my mindset, my routine. A lot changed. I got distracted. I got consumed by the noise all around me. I stopped working out. I wasn't eating right because I was overrun by anxiety and depression. I wasn't studying the things that I enjoy studying. I wasn't going out and exploring and enjoying nature and doing all those different things. I wasn't having fun with my children. I wasn't laughing and enjoying time with my partner. And so when I realized these things, I said, okay, time out. Let's grab a pen, let's grab some paper, and let's get down. Let's get back to your schedule. What were you doing before all this happened? I was waking up early. I was going to work. Can't go to work right now. Okay, so don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. That's not a big deal, actually. Let's start looking at these things. Let's start looking at the opportunity areas to be able to fill out my schedule with anything that I want to do right now. I've got every single day to be able to spend with my family. I've got every single day to be able to work on my fitness. I got every single day to be able to work on my health, my nutrition, learn new recipes, understand and research what it is I'm putting in my body and all these different things. I had every single day to be able to go and plan a day outside, whether it be, for a little bit, you couldn't really go to the beach. However, that's fine. Where could I go, though? Where isn't there going to be a lot of people? I don't need to be around people. I'm around the people that mean the most to me, my family. So I was like, no one really goes out to the mountains. No one really goes out to the desert. Let's go check it out. So I started writing these things down on paper. I started figuring out my schedule. I like to wake up early. All right. I'm a 5 a.m.er type of guy, sometimes even earlier. And I started prioritizing my schedule and figuring out what I needed to do to take care of me. Because at the end of the day, if you don't take care of yourself, you're going to be no good to the people around you. All right, I know this is a scary analogy, but when you go on a plane and they go over protocols before you take off, all right, the masks drop down and they tell you, if you're a parent here, you mask yourself up first and then you take care of your children. Now, like I said, I know that's a scary analogy. Whenever we go through it, I'm like, God, please don't let this happen, type of thing. But it's very, very, very true, and it's very, very real, all right? Take that and apply it to a different circumstance. You want to take care of your family, you want to take care of your kids, you need to take care of yourself first. And that's what I told myself. That's what I realized, and that's what I began to do. Okay, get your alarm going again. Let's get up, 5 a.m., let's stretch. Let's start taking care of our body. Let's get our workout in. Let's make a green drink and a good breakfast. Let's meditate. My meditation's still a work in progress. I'm still learning. I've had a challenge with meditating, but honestly, the more I try it, the more I research and try to understand it, I've gotten better. And it's honestly helped a lot. Just clearing the mind, taking some moment to just focus on the things that are important, focusing on affirming myself, being thankful, focusing on putting out intentions for the day of positivity and holding myself to those intentions. And I found that that's what helps me with and what I focus on in my meditation. It's more so just a conversation with myself, blocking out all noise, blocking out everything in front of me, just closing my eyes and telling myself what it is I'm going to do and what it is I'm going to focus on. And through focusing in on taking care of myself, it could be, 30 minutes to an hour. Most of my family, they don't wake up until maybe 6:30. My son, he'll wake up sometimes 6:30. And he likes to, I'm sure as all your parents know, hop on his iPad and start watching YouTube or play some video games. And, so he's not, he knows what I do in my routine and stuff in the morning. And, we kind of have our own routines and stuff. And I'm not going to talk about his. We'll talk about that because that's a whole nother topic, and your kid's routine in the morning. And, but that's what they like to do. So usually I have that time to be able to take care of myself, invest in myself, in my health, in my mental, physical, inner health. And so that's what I started doing. I started trying to be able to map out ideas for things for us to do. I would talk to my partner, hey, I came up with some of these ideas, some of these places to go check out, some of these things to maybe, do as far as an art project with the kids or try out this new recipe. What do you think about this? Does this sound fun to you? And a lot of the stuff, she was like, yeah, this sounds great. We haven't freaking been out of the house in gosh know how long, And, and I had a conversation with her as well as being aware of what we're filling our minds with, whether it be the news, the things we're seeing and watching on social media. And I talked to her about how these things are affecting us. And I didn't tell her how these things were affecting us. I asked her, how do you feel these things are affecting you? How do you feel when you watch the news? How do you feel when you watch these things on TikTok or Instagram? How do they make you feel? Are they positive? Are they making you excited and happy? Or are they filling you up with negativity, anger, fear? And majority of the stuff we agreed on that, yeah, these things are. And so we became aware of what it is we were filling our minds, our heads with, our body with, and all this kind of stuff. And we made a pact to be able to set up boundaries, to avoid those things that were affecting us negatively. And we made a decision that day to write down and focus on the things that we know would affect us positively. We focused on getting back into a schedule, getting back into a routine. Just because the world has been in disarray didn't mean our lives needed to. Because at the end of the day, you are in control of your thoughts, of your actions, and the way you feel. Because those thoughts, those actions, the things that you let into your life, the things that you watch, the conversations that you take part in, that's all your choice to take part into those things. So setting up boundaries really helped us get going and start changing our mental health and the positive and negative that was flowing into our house. And with that, we got in an agreement to focus on that schedule. Getting up and having a plan of what we were going to do when we first woke up, instead of just getting on the couch and turning on the TV or going onto our phone and scrolling through the things that we were doing before. Instead, we put on some Bob Marley. We'd focus in on getting some movement in the body, focused in on playing with our kids and talking with our kids, focused on cooking some food, and had a plan on what we were going to do during the day. What new place were we going to go adventure through? What art project were we going to start today? What were we going to do that was going to be fun, that was going to be positive? Not only for us, all right, because at the end of the day, we like to have fun, right? but more so for our kids. Because they didn't have school. They weren't allowed to see their friends. Shit, they couldn't even go to a damn park. A lot of parents didn't even want their kids to go outside. And it's rare enough that you see children outside playing. I remember when I was a kid, that was the best thing. I loved getting outside of my house. I loved dressing up as a Marine and pretending I was a sniper and going around and shooting zombies, or, riding my bike and going off jumps and just going and exploring canyons and all that kind of stuff. That was the best about being a kid. Now, I don't see any of that. And honestly, it makes me sad because I remember how much fun I had when I did that, and it's slowly getting taken away. Yeah, the world's fucked up. There's sick people out there and all these different things. But again, are you going to allow fear to control your life, your family's life, your children's life? Because again, you're in control. You can set up boundaries to be able to protect yourself, protect your kids, but still enjoy life. But you have to think about it. You have to want it. And until you think about it, and until you want it, and then until you take action to change those things, to change those thoughts, to set up those boundaries, to get moving, to start looking and setting plans to be able to go out and adventure and have fun with your family, you're going to stay in that mindset. You're going to stay with that dark black cloud looming over your head, keeping you in fear, keeping you segregated, keeping the negativity running your life. So at the end of the day, it came down to me acknowledging where I was at with my mental state, what I was allowing to pour into my life. And I had to take action to stop it. I had to set up those boundaries. I had to stop engaging in those conversations. I had to stop watching those news outlets. I had to stop scrolling through social media. I had to put up those boundaries. I had to set the example for the rest of my family. I had to talk with my partner because I knew the most important thing was the example that I was setting for my children, how they saw me act. If they saw me in fear, what do you think that's going to do to them? They're going to get scared. They're going to get fearful. So I had to stop. I had to focus on setting up those boundaries. I had to focus on implementing a routine that I knew that would take care of me and put me into a good mindset. I had to get out of the house. I had to go move. I had to go explore. I had to find appreciation for life again. And once I was able to find that, I was able to turn the TV back on, knowing what stuff to avoid and what stuff to be able to, fill my head with. I had to realize that, you know what? I need to take a break from talking to some of these people right now. Took a break from talking to a lot of people. I just focused on my family. But then as I started getting back into life, I started really, really thinking about the people that I would allow into my life, how they would affect me. Now, it didn't allow my judgment on anyone any differently. I still love them. I still care about them. I still want the best for them, but I had to focus on me because I needed to get myself right. Again, for my family, for my children, for my partner, for myself. And when I was strong enough, when I was level-headed enough, when I had my routine set, then I could slowly allow these people back into my life. But again, I had to have boundaries with these people. If they brought up something that, I didn't want to engage with, I had to politely say, hey, you know what? I really don't want to talk about that. We're having a great conversation talking about the surf or talking about music or talking about fitness or talking about rocks or, traveling and fun stuff. I don't want to talk about that. I respect your opinion, and if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to believe, that's cool. All right? We live in a free country, don't we? So at the end of the day, for your mental health, no one can change that for you. There's no doctor, there's no medicine, there's nothing that's going to be able to change where your mindset is at besides you. And until you really want to change, until you're really sick and tired of feeling depressed, allowing anxiety to control your life, nothing's going to change. And there's nothing more than that I want for people to be able to do is find that happiness, to find that self-confidence, to find that security, to know that they are awesome, that you have all the power in the world to do anything that you want to do. You just got to do it. You got to take that action. You got to stop listening to that wrong voice, that negative voice in your head, and start allowing that positive voice to come through and empower you, to let you know that everything's okay, as long as you believe in it. So, I challenge you, if you're dealing with these things, you can reach out to me now. You can reach out to me. I'm good. All right, so if you're dealing with these things, send me a message. I'd love to hear your story. I'd love to hear what it is you're dealing with. And maybe I'm going to be able to share some things that might be able to help you if you didn't find those things in this video here. Now again, all right, first, take that trip, find that mirror, whether it be in your bathroom, your room, your hallway, your living room, your kitchen, wherever, at work, wherever you're at. Go find that mirror. Look at yourself in the mirror. And ask yourself, is this really how you want to live your life? You've gotten this far in life. You must have been doing something right. You must be a little bit strong. You must have a little bit of power in you. You've made it this far. All right, because I know every single one of us has overcome challenges. We've all climbed mountains of our own to get to the point that we're at in our life. So remember those things that you have accomplished. And tell yourself, I can do this. Because every single one of us has the power within us to be able to do that. You just got to believe in yourself. You got to set up those boundaries. You got to write down on paper what it is you are going to do and take action on those things. And you got to stick to it every single day. Don't just start today and forget about it tomorrow. That ain't going to do nothing for you. You got to have a plan. You got to have an everyday routine to build you up from the inside out with your mental state, the food you put in your body, the things you watch on TV and through social media. And you got to get out and move. You got to get off the couch. Got to get off the chair. Got to get out of bed. You got to move. I encourage you so much to get outside. Breathe some fresh air. Get away from the city, the noise, all the people, and go appreciate everything that is around you. It's so amazing. It's so beautiful. It's so peaceful. It's so fresh. It's such a blessing. Just go enjoy it. Take the opportunity. Remember, you're in control. But to what extent are you going to practice, implement that control? Use your power to be able to do what you want to do. Talk to yourself. Set up those boundaries. Set up your schedule. Take care of your health. Take care of your mind. Move. Get outside. Set up time to have fun with your family, with your kids, and even for yourself by yourself. And do it. I hope this helps. If it does, the way you can support me is by subscribing, by smashing that like, and by sharing this with as many people as you can. Whether they're a dad, a mom, a grandparent, an uncle, a brother, a nephew, a sister, it doesn't matter. This video isn't just for dads. This video is for everyone. Because right now, in this time, in this age, in this life, in this country, we need this more than anything. And there's nothing more that I want for everyone in this entire world and to have freedom and to be happy. So again, if you agree with that, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone that you know needs to hear this. All right, I love you all. Have a great day. Bye.